Well, as we're watching the Middle East situation, it seems like that situation between the United States and Iran has helped to shape how the ag marketplaces looked a little bit here today. It is time now for the daily market summary, and I'm joined by Ethan Robson of agmarket.net. Ethan, how did we trade in those grains here today?
Yeah, got some green on the screen to start off the new week here. Good to see. July corn up 3 cents, 474 and a half. New crop corn up about three as well, 497 and a quarter. Impressive day early on in the soybean market. Soybeans market up pretty good. July soybeans off their highs though, ended up 3, 12, 11 even. New crop soybeans, if you had $12 no futures working overnight, those got hit off the highs there too, up 3 3/4 at 11.93 and a quarter there. Wheat market, good day, up 16 to 17 cents across the board. Late last night, saw President Trump reject U.S. Iran's proposal. That had the energy markets up sharply on the overnight trade. WTI got above $100 a barrel at one point in that June contract. That lifted grain markets up with it.
And then, Ethan, at the same time, I did hear this morning that there were ships moving through the Strait of Hormuz. I'm not quite sure on the volume of those ships, but that would have indicated, that things maybe were looking a little bit different in the ag marketplace today. So, as it stands right now, are we kind of just in that same pattern of not exactly knowing what exactly is to come with that cessation of the conflict, hopefully, but hoping that we're heading towards that direction?
Exactly. Seems like it's kind of in limbo right now. Conflicting headlines. Is the strait open? Is it not? Does Iran agree to the proposal or not? That's really the $1 million question right now. Something the market's trying to gauge. And we've seen that with the price action today. Obviously, green in both grains and the energy complex, but well off the highs too. So some risk on the table there. Just continue to gauge, see the headline risk for anything in the Middle East. Expecting a pretty volatile week as well. I have the USDA report out tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Time. Going to be the trade's first look at USDA's guess for the new crop balance sheets. And then on top of that, too, we have President Trump in a U.S.-China meeting Thursday, Friday this week.
And speaking of $1 million questions, Ethan, as we head into that meeting between President Trump and President Xi Jinping of China, the big question going into that is, will soybeans be discussed, and to what extent will soybeans be discussed? Are there going to be any additional purchases made? Are they going to hit the quotas that we've already been talking about now for a while? Or will soybeans kind of hit the back burner, because it sounded like China has been a little bit more receptive in terms of talking about some other ag products?
Exactly. Yeah, that's definitely going to be interesting to see. Something the trade's going to be paying a close attention to as well. Managed money has pretty long position in the ag commodities. Friday's commitment to trader report showed funds getting close to record long, both corn, soybeans, and soybean oil as well. So there's definitely some risk on the table if soybeans aren't talked about as the main primary focus in U.S.-China relations. Going to be interesting to see how that plays out, but just continue to urge producers use the different tools in the tool belt for marketing purposes, because there's risk for both the bulls and the bears this week.
On the livestock side, it was a struggle for the cattle through midday. Is that how we closed here today on the livestock side of the markets?
Yeah, weaker telling the live and feeder cattle today. I saw President Trump come out about mid-morning saying that the U.S. is temporarily going to lower some beef import tariffs as soon as today, actually, as well. President Trump speaking about mid-morning. Instantly saw the live and feeder cattle sell off pretty instantly. Feeder cattle, that August contract had a $10 trading range today. Live cattle down about $1 into the birds. Feeder cattle down about 2 to 3 across the board there. Seeing some risk on the table there, just headline risk. Going to be interesting to see how the market plays this going forward.
And was that a blanket statement by the president, or did he list any of the countries that would be having those tariffs adjusted and possibly the target of bringing in some more cattle from those areas?
Yeah, headlines so far seems that President Trump's making a move on beef to all beef exporting nations has been the headlines we've seen right now. Something the market's going to continue to pay closer attention to later this afternoon and going into this morning or tomorrow, excuse me. But definitely something that managed money is looking at their long position, seeing a little bit of risk on the table there, some headline risk, but it's going to be interesting to see what hedge funds decide to do.
A lot to keep track of this week in the ag marketplace. Ethan Robson of agmarket.net, my guest here today. Ethan, what's the best way for our viewers to get in touch for more marketing information?
Yeah, give us a call here in Bloomington Normal, 1-800-779-1515. Visit us online at agmarket.net.
Ethan, thanks so much for the time. Always appreciate it, and have a great start to the week.
You too. Thank you.